More than friends, less than lovers, pals. Oh, yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, first and foremost.
I think we can just say that off the bat.
Let's jump in.
It's pretty clear that's why we're here. If you're looking at pretty clear, that's why we're here. Would you guys like it if we... No, we've
that
discussed
moms
it.
are dear.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Moms, the musical.
Coming
Is that
soon.
a thing?
Two
based
people,
on
not
the,
moms, making Moms, the musical.
Guessing. What could it be like to be a mom? And then
Deeply romanticizing the parts that should not be glazed over.
giving a harrowing number about the sorrows and woes.
Objectively showing neglectful motherhood in the musical.
They're
Where are the children? They're
halfway
never
through,
there.
she just moved to New York City to pursue her dreams. No.
Met up with her friend.
And then at the end, like, went back to her daughter and it was fine.
Mhm.
Happy
Okay.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day coming up.
Objectively, calendar-wise. Is it the same in other countries?
Is it like an American Mother's Day?
Yeah. Is Mother's Day on different days, or is it kind of a worldwide thing? If you are in another country and you're celebrating or not celebrating Mother's Day, go to heytherepals.com. Let us know.
Also, if you know about weird holidays, like if you're from or anywhere and your family celebrates some sort of weird holiday, or like there's some fun tradition that your town does every year on the same day, let us know.
Let us know. Send us a
That's
message. Because
the kind of stuff we like.
if you've ever seen Idiot Abroad, now imagine that instead of an idiot abroad, it's our genius friend Jillian, who we send as a scout.
You guys can't imagine the things that are going to come out of her mouth. And you're like, is it vulgar? Is she swearing? No.
Not
They're
at all.
just like things you would never guess to think of or to say. In the most creative, fun way.
Anyways, we'll send her
So
there,
let us know. And we also love a reason to celebrate. So if you have a fun,
Love a
weird
reason to
holiday
celebrate.
tradition, quirky thing, let us know.
And also, can I just say this? After the Mother's Day, obviously, first and foremost, moms. We love moms. The plant is attacking Maddie.
Really
She's-
attacking me.
You're going to be okay, though. So, we love moms, first and foremost. Second most, we had our live show. We've been talking about it for a minute, and we're back, and it feels good to be back. And we're back in a couple ways.
Oh, yeah. So as you remember, probably, our last episode was an audio only because we couldn't be seen. We were mid-transformation. Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis, right? That was the word I think that the guru selves that we have.
Again, it's not that that's not us.
no, it's
But
nothing
it
like
is
that.
like we are growing another limb, I'd say. And so sometimes the I don't know what fully is happening. Hang on. Whoa. This is about to be a spoiler coming up. So if you don't want a spoiler for the movie Malignant, or I guess
Oh,
Harry
I was
Potter.
thinking Harry Potter, and I was like, everybody knows Harry Potter, but Malignant actually, yeah.
That's why I was like, I feel like it's...
Yeah. Also Harry Potter, too, but mainly the movie Malignant if you like horror movies.
So skip ahead like a minute.
And go see Malignant, and then come back, and you can watch that part, I guess. Have you seen Malignant?
Have you?
Or, dare I say, Harry Potter?
Uh-huh.
With the thing on the back of the head.
Spoiler,
It's kind of,
spoiler.
Whoa, sorry
I'm
about
gonna...
that.
Okay, hang on.
You don't know which character it is.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'll edit this. But it's like that.
It's like that. So it's kind of like we're just getting to know that version of ourselves, and they are content with the time slot they have.
Yeah, because
You know.
it's a little exhausting.
Yeah, it's hard for them.
It's like, again, when you're learning something new, it's Tucker's Chow.
Wow. The brain. Our little task cam and our
I
tiny
know.
little mic
I think
cords.
we gotta move this. Our little stool.
I think we gotta get longer cords eventually.
Yeah, we.
We just like being so close.
I do worry though that if we have longer cords, we're pacing. We're getting up and we're doing.
But
a little.
that's good because then we also have
Walking
a
around.
roof over our heads. So
can't stand.
present,
but
yeah.
once that goes away,
once we can stand on
We're
this set, it
running.
is over for everyone. I'm not joking.
well, I think that's a great transition into one of the best things about having a friend's mom around and getting to know your pal's mom is to hear stories and to learn about your pal in a new way, to get a deeper kind of a why behind a lot of your favorite traits about your pal. And Millicent's mom told a story about Millicent. Well, so we had a lot of moms here because this is the mother's episode because Mother's Day's coming up, but also we had our moms come visit us. Millicent's mom told a story about when Millicent first started walking, how she didn't walk, she just started running.
I think we've talked about it on here too.
But it's amazing to hear. Because you have told me that story, but getting to hear it from your mom is that much more delightful.
Yeah.
Because they have an adult perspective of it, you know?
She was just kind of flabbergasted because she said that they were to the point where they were asking doctors, should we be concerned that she's like not walking? And the doctor was like, I don't know. Like,
Nielsen, it's so you to be like chilling and then be like 100%. That, guys. Okay, so this is the joy of this episode. So now we're getting into it, okay? Mother's Day episode. My mom came first in the month of April. We had just done our Pals karaoke night, our first one. We have another one coming up. And my mom showed up. That was amazing. The night of, she came to the night. We'll get into that, but that was amazing. And then we had about a week. She was here for a few days, and then she left. And then we had like a week and a half-ish, and then Millicent's mom came to town.
Then we had our live show. The night of our live show, my mom flew in. So we went from our live show to drinks afterwards with people, and then I left from there, not having drunk, to go to LAX at like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
In my wig still. Wig glued to my head. Yeah. That was a whole other thing.
Because we were like, we're going to have to. This is going to look insane if we take this off and then go out in public. So we may as well just wear the giant wigs. Somehow that looks going to look less insane.
Learned a lot about wigs and my own capabilities.
And it was hot and we were wearing long sleeved.
And my fabric, that 80s fabric is not forgiving.
Yours does not let air out. Millicent is wearing kind of her guru was wearing kind of like a what's that material?
And my mom would know.
It's like,
let me tell you that my mom would know.
Which is the amazing part about having moms.
They know so
stuff,
much.
You guys,
it's
awesome.
Crazy. Remember when you'd like ask your mom where something was and she just like would know? Yeah. That was always crazy to me. Yeah. That it was kind of like when all hope was lost, and then I'd be like, I guess I could ask mom, but there's no way. Sure enough, she's like under the couch.
But then being an adult, it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I do that for you all the time.
That's true. All the time, guys. All the time.
She'll be like, I don't know where I watch this. I'm like, it's on the third shelf in the bathroom in the mirror. The mirror behind the shelf behind the bathroom mirror. Because I saw it there earlier. And I thought, interesting. She took her watch off.
Yeah.
And that's why. I just love observing my pal. Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared.
Yeah. Our timer switched to a stop. Our timer, which is my phone.
Switched to a timer setting that I had never seen before.
Everything was off. But it was a all that to say, mom-heavy April for us in a lovely way. We both got to experience, like, we've both met each other's moms before, but I think, like, this time even more so, it just, like, each time I think it gets sweeter.
Yeah.
To, like, know more about them, to know more about you, and then also to, like, just have a rapport with them. And also, I've spent time with Maddie's family. Like, Maddie's family calls me Millie. That's where we're at.
Yeah. Unprovoked.
Which is really kind of beautiful, though, because usually, like, the only people that call me Millie are on, like, the East Coast.
Yeah. But I don't call you Millie.
No, which is wild. So they kind of did just choose.
And that jumped over me and started doing a nickname for my best friend, my pal. She has a nickname for me, but
it is just, like,
it's not Millie.
I gotta think of a nickname for you.
It'll come.
I know.
I want you to know, no pressure, but I want one real bad.
I know.
I like them.
I know. But it feels like there's so much pressure on it now.
I get that. I know.
Because, like, she switched me. Well, we don't talk about what.
But mine was for a nonsensical reason, and I think that's what you need to remember. Like, it could just be anything, and also it could change. I'm not saying yours is going to change.
I'd love
so
it
don't
if it
get
did.
your hopes up. That's what I'm saying. Don't get your hopes up.
Anyways, it's
the
lovely.
mothers were here.
It's lovely to spend time with each other's moms because we get to see just like different things reflected in our pal.
And to see like the truly like the giving tree that brought forth the apple of your eye. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
To see where it started, the blueprint
origin
of things. So can I go first? Because we did kind of dream up some things of like, again, we both spent about like 4 days ish with our moms and like with our pals' moms, and so you notice of being like, these traits are clearly copy paste of different things.
We are also dressed as an homage to our moms.
Yes,
right
good
now.
to point out.
I am dressed. My mother dresses almost exclusively in Lily Pulitzer. She just during the springtime she does. In the winter it's like a cool Stevie Nicks vibe. Yeah. Anyway,
so she has great taste in material, which we also learned when she was here.
Yeah. So I have some of her stuff that she's given me that like there are some girlies at Silver Lake Flea that would pull a knife for some of the things that she's given me, which is just like great.
And also with your mom being like, I don't want this anymore, and you being like, you don't know what you have.
Yeah. But it's also a lot of it. I was like, why didn't you ever wear this one?
Yeah. But you
Thinking
dressed
about-
like her.
Oh yeah, I've dressed as an homage to her. I did not own any Lily Pulitzer anymore, much to my mother's chagrin. And that was a fun
And
word.
I
haven't used
I
that in a
dressed
minute.
like my mother, who often wore. She always, now that I wear overalls a lot, will be like, "You always made fun of my overalls," and I say, "No, I made fun of your overalls that you wore when you were doing yard work that were broken." And she had a hair tied. Oh, I think I lost the hair tie. I did tie a hair tie around it. She had it tied together with a hair tie because it was broken.
It's so because of Winn-Dixie of her.
It was, and the weirdest part was it was broken. Like this part was snapped, like the ring was snapped, and so she had this tied together with a hair tie.
Can I tell you guys something about Maddie and her mom? You know how Maddie is already a little cartoon character? Her mom is just like, yes, of course, it's another little cartoon character. Just like
Yeah.
adore, like, and in the least patronizing way
No.
possible. Just
Well,
like
and-
everything is adorable.
I think a good thing to keep in mind with my mom is that she is a dancer, and
Mhm.
that she, well, she is
Stop.
not like,
Full stop right there. One thing about my mom is that she is a dancer.
well, and
I
are we
start crying.
human or are we dancing? Yeah, I start sobbing. Shout out Lucy. She has a lot of like physicality. Like she is not someone that will like be loud in a conversation, like versus she's pretty like even keeled. Like I've rarely seen my mom. I don't know if I've ever seen my mom yell. Like she's great, but she'll get disappointed, and that's even harder to deal with.
That's why she's such a good teacher.
Yeah, but she'll just very level. But where she really shines in her weirdness, don't let that fool you. She's weird, and it's in the body. It's in the physicalities.
You want to know where this one gets it?
Ow! That, my mother. Anyway, so it's delightful to see these blueprint things. So if I may start with the blueprint
Please do.
of what I noticed with Millicent's mom is what will become so clear from the second you talk to Millicent's mom is that she truly has a vocabulary like no other. It is
It's
in a
insane.
way that like reminds you that language is an art form. Like that, I'm not exaggerating, you guys. Like she is using words that like, and words that you may or may not know, but then being like, you hear why she chose them because it sounded amazing in that sentence.
Yeah.
And Millicent is very much that. Like Millicent has like such a,
To that.
not to that degree, not to
Because
that
she's
degree.
doing it. One time I learned the word sesquipedalian, which means somebody who uses very just words that are all over, like just crazy words. Somebody who loves using big words. And I called her that one time, and she was like, "What does that mean?" And it felt so good to be like, because I was like, "Mom, stop being a sesquipedalian."
I love that though, that you guys can like play that game with each other now.
And for Maddie's mom, it very much so is like they both have such a curiosity and desire to experience and like see life. And like they both, when they're pursuing activities or deciding what to do, your mom is so similar to you, and like she wants to be where the people are, and where people are like making art and doing like just like any like
Yeah.
it's just so community based, but it's also just so
Again, I think because my mom is like so even keeled,
mm-hmm.
I think it is shocking to have like learned to like do life at her pace, but even though she looks so chill about it,
Yeah.
and then
There's an
to-
ease to it.
yeah,
that
and
you
then to
both
like
have.
get into real life and to be a little like everyone's a little like you're a little like chill out a little, you're doing a lot. you don't gotta be doing something every night of the week kind of thing, and I think that's a bit of my mother.
Yeah.
She's going, but she wants to experience things, you know.
Yeah, you both just
Very
boundless
involved.
energy. It's wild.
Because there's a lot to get done, you guys. There's a lot to do in a day. There's a whole world out there.
They're
You
both
haven't experienced most of it.
they're both again the cartoon character aspect, like I'm
Gotta go.
sorry. The moment that we find the correct animal to make you two as a little family,
I know.
Bluey.
I don't know if it's like antelopes.
Whoa. Okay.
Is that something?
I don't think so.
Okay,
and
wait.
I hate to shoot you down.
No. We'll get there. But I like that we're opening up this
Yeah,
conversation
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I want to say the rest of my ones I have for Millicent's mom before we have to take a break here. My other ones were patterns. It's funny because they don't necessarily like the same patterns, but they both like patterns. Beautiful. They both like the value of an item. And I don't want that to sound materialistic, but you both just like really cherish items in a way that like you allow the item to do what I think we should let items do, which is like reflect humanity. And like even your mom telling the story about a bracelet like she came here wearing and like had brought on this trip with her and like was using in her day-to-day life to make her feel good, but it was like a gift from her mother's mother had given it, like gifted it to her mother, and it had this whole beautiful
Mothers!
story. Anyway, so that's like that. And then the
Oh.
other thing was explaining that even they both love to tell a good story. They are storytellers. These women, It is so delightful to just sit there and be fed for a few days.
And as her kid, I'm like, okay, let's get to
Well,
the.
you know a lot of the stories too,
Yes.
so I think that's different as
I
well.
like knowing the key beats and hearing her like go off on the tangents. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on, you got to get to the punchline.
But
You-
being a pal and getting to hear these stories from the mother's perspective, oh. Anyway.
Yeah. For Maddie and her mom, pops of color. They
Yeah.
both love a pop of color. They love a pop of color. Also, her mom like loves like ringer teas, and Maddie loves ringer teas, which is lovely.
I also have my the mother of all mothers, Beyonce, on my ringer tee.
There's a mutual appreciation for just like art in different forms, and I think like you appreciate art, like you grew up in the theater, you grew up around the arts in that way, and I think like your mom really instilled a very like grounded love of it and
Yeah.
appreciation for it, and I see that in both of you very much so, and that's also just like a very inspiring and just like, wow, again, the cartoon character thing, but also just the like what a beautiful childhood to give your kid to.
Yeah.
And to be like, of course that's what
you.
that's the product of. I'm gonna be obsessed with Maddie's mom because I'm like, whatever you did helped make that.
Exactly. And that's
And
meeting
that
your
means-
friend's pal.
I love meeting a mom and going, I love your work.
Try it. Try it. You can
They
try that one
love
at
it.
home.
You go,
They're gonna love it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in a few.
See you in a few.
Pals.
Moms.
Moms, getting to spend time with each other's moms,
Mm-hmm.
both of them in 1 month, a back-to-back experience, was absolutely so delightful. And there was, like we said, so many like beautiful takeaways from that experience.
It impacted us a lot, and I think also just like getting to see day to day of like, because the trips were a couple of days like in the house, and like also just doing these outings, it was just so cool to really see and appreciate moms in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, it was
we
a great
appreciate ya.
setup for this.
I put a in the break I put a bump in my hair a little bit for my mom.
In
My
honor.
mom is the queen of the half up, half down,
And the bump.
and the bump.
She can bump.
And she doesn't even use a bump it, guys. She is
No, she's that good.
yeah, she's teasing.
She's
baby.
teasing old school style.
Oh yeah.
And it looks fantastic. It's the quality of the work, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things, though, that, we got to see traits in real life this week that were exemplified of, like, traits from our pal that we love, which one of them is that, bringing it all back to pals, Millicent is such a community-based person. And one of the ways that, like, Millicent really will bring people together is, like, we do love to partake in a snack. We love a snack, and like what a snack can do for. I think because you and I are just so excited by a little treat.
We're so
We're like, well,
treat-oriented.
obviously we want to share it with the people we love.
If I love this treat and I want to be eating this treat right now, it'd be rude not to offer everybody this treat. And isn't it so fun to think that everyone's going to have the same treat and enjoy this?
I do want to say at the top, disclaimer. We haven't done a disclaimer in a minute.
Whoa.
Now, while yes, Millicent and I love to share a treat, you need to understand something. Some treats ain't for sharing.
Some treats are in the fridge and don't ask about it.
You
Believe
gotta
me,
understand that.
If the treat is up for grabs, it's on the table.
It's on the
promise.
table.
Don't worry about what's in the fridge.
But that's kind of our me space.
That's kind of where we cook.
Where we cook. You can't imagine. It does feel like the Detroiters episode when they go to the pizza place with the Little Caesars pizza, and there's the scientists that are working on the
and they
pizza.
close the
and
blinds really
and they're
quickly.
like, was that a pizza ball?
And they're
she's
like, you didn't see anything.
Oh! That's primal, baby.
Next time, when
They
they
ask
ask
me
you
where
where
you
you're from, hey, outside Detroit City, we get you back on your feet. Hey. Detroiters theme song,
So,
anybody?
Millicent loves to give a treat to gather people together. She delights in gifting that to her loved ones. Millicent's mom, I'll tell you what, she delighted us with that gift. The origin, to see the mother of this gift, because Millicent truly has a gift of treat. Like, she can whip a sauce together like
wow.
nobody's business.
That struck my chest.
But her mother,
Yeah.
oh, look out.
Yeah.
You forget when, it's like in a movie when you forget there's like a bigger bad. Like, there's a big boss.
Yeah.
Because she came in, you guys, and she made us not one, but two.
Because we ate the first one within 24 hours.
Giant bowls of banana pudding.
Giant baby.
Now, you might be like, I don't really like banana pudding. I didn't either.
You don't gotta like forget what you know about banana pudding, okay?
This ain't your grandma's banana pudding.
Actually, this one kind of is a
Well,
little bit, but she tweaked the recipe, I
It's the
think.
Magnolia Bakery one.
Yeah, it's
isn't
the
it?
Magnolia Bakery one. She's very open. My mom also is not a gatekeeper. She will tell you everything about how she did everything.
But that's so you.
It is.
I love it because it's such an authentic joy. And like you love this thing so much and you're almost like overflowing with it. So you're like, oh, here, yes, I can hold it. I got a lot of it. But again, so keep in mind, if you come to our house and you open that fridge and you see banana pudding, no, you didn't.
It's not for you.
Sorry. Maybe we'll give you the recipe.
Or if you see...
we'll give you the recipe if you want to
yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
We need an LA maker.
Again, believe me when I tell you, if it's up for grabs, we'll put it on the table. Because sometimes, too,
And
you
we're
might
putting a
see a
lot on the
Tupperware
table.
on top of the microwave. And believe me, if the lid's shut...
That's a treat for mummies, okay?
Don't worry about that.
These are just rules for living, rules
Yeah.
for life. And I think this is like good house. Just know that when you go to
It's good to know.
house. I
And
think
that's one thing.
it.
Our mama's taught us manners.
Yeah.
I
And
think-
again, the treats.
Yeah, the treats of it all. My mom definitely had her special thing. Like, she went through phases with it, too. Of, like, I remember at one point she went through, like, she'd make these mini lava cakes that were, like, 5 ingredients. And then you'd put them in these things. And then,
That's
like, they were, like,
So
small.
you. I could list out from when we moved here all of Millicent's treat phases. What she was into at the time, what she saw on Pinterest or TikTok that she had to try, and she nailed it.
But, yeah.
Your mother's treats.
My mother's treats. She also, at one point, she always made her soup, too. But that's not really treat level. That's more soup level.
But that's fun.
But my mom, when she was looking for treats to make for kids, so it's like 3 of which are like boys, like teenage boys, the amount they ate. But like the treats that she was thinking of, she was having to do in bulk. It was like, I can't just make like a cut. Like the lava cakes are practical for her because she'd put
Whip
it
'em
all
out.
into a Ziploc
It's-
bag in
I'll
the
tell you what
fridge.
it
And it
is.
was like, you could just kind of squeeze it out.
it's survival instinct.
Yeah.
That's primal.
Scarcity mindset.
Yeah. You gotta be
Yeah.
whipping stuff out.
But food is such a like love language in and of itself, and I think that food is such a reflection of love in many different ways.
many more.
Because Maddie and her mom, now when they were out and about, and believe me, when they're out and about, they are fluttering place to place nonstop. They are making Yelp their
I don't think we ever
no.
Yelp.
I just mean
I
like
know that I have the app. It's
Sorry.
something about Yelp is a little cluttered for me.
okay, I take it back.
I just
I
wanted
was
to
just
say that.
I was
If someone
rolling
would-
and I didn't
But
you
if
know.
someone has a better platform than Yelp to like kind of do a similar thing, let us know. I'd be interested. Like I just need a better place to talk about like things to do in my neighborhood. Yelp, it's got too much going on.
Yeah, and even like Eventbrite, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Anywho, Maddie and her mom are out and about, and they are always like the authenticity of their, again, curiosity, and also just willingness to. Maddie's mom is somebody that doesn't just want to get in on like she doesn't just want to hear the joke because she wants to hear the joke, and she's great to tell a joke too.
Yeah,
But
she's a great person to like.
because
joke
she's
to.
also even keeled, so when she like laughs or something, it does feel earned.
Yeah.
But it's also like the best laugh.
She's also weirdly an easy laugh.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Maddie's mom doesn't just want to hear the joke and laugh at it. She wants to get in on the joke, and I mean that like of just like the when I say the joke or even the bit, I mean that in like all facets of
yeah.
like what the bit is, and I think like there's a willingness to find it and like an ease of finding it. So for example, they went out one day. Yeah, once I tell you the example of this, it's gonna be like what. So
That's what I'm saying, guys. It sounds so deep, and then we're like, you ever had banana pudding?
Maddie's mom and her came home. They'd gone to the train museum in the morning. Sorry, the railroad
Travel Town.
travel town at Griffith Park.
Awesome, you guys. $4, you can ride a little train around the whole park
I
twice.
had received selfies from the train place. Maddie going, we got to come back here. Then they come home and they had stopped at the Schnitz, the Wiener Schnitzel,
Yeah.
and they were both eating hot dogs.
Well, actually, our day started before Travel Town. We went to Lucy's before that.
Crazy.
We went and got coffee with Lucy. We parked
Insane.
at Lucy's. We walked to a coffee shop.
I woke up once they were almost back from Travel Town.
And that's why we went to the Schnitz, because we were talking about it with Lucy. And then my mom was like, let's pull the trigger. Let's make it a Schnitz day.
See,
and
that's
I
the
was
thing.
like, oh my
it's the let's
gosh.
pull the trigger. Let's just do it.
My mom.
Oh, let's do that. It's
but
just
like-
oh yeah, let's do that.
It also
Yes,
again feels
and.
like the
Wow.
leveling up of like, whoa, I forgot I was dealing with the master.
Yeah.
All right, Stephanie,
Whoa.
let's get a schnitz.
All right.
I've never gotten a schnitz at noon on a Sunday, but let's
Yeah.
do it.
So they did that, right? Hot dog. That's so funny, silly. Hot dog's always going to be a fun hot dog. It's even
Hot
fun
dog,
to say.
and getting a corn dog rocks.
Then that night, they went to the Dodgers game and, of course, had to get hot dogs. So it was just like,
Well, I kept being like, because the whole trip we had been talking about possibly going to this Dodgers game. We were like, okay, like Tuesday night could work. And I was like, because I knew my mom would love a hot dog. She loves a hot dog at a baseball game. And I was like, Mom, because that's what she like grew up doing with her dad.
Yeah.
Like my grandpa didn't have any like sons, so it was like my mom going to the baseball games. Well, she loves a hot dog. So all week I've been like, we can get a Dodger dog, because that's what they call them. We can get a Dodger dog. And then when she popped the schnitz idea, I did have to bring it up with being like,
Yeah.
is that too many hot
that's
dogs?
why I was surprised, because I knew they were going to the Dodgers game and I knew they were going to get dogs. So I was like,
So
whoa.
no, we already like
They're
did
entering
that early.
knowingly into a double dog day.
I can't say that I've ever had a double dog day, if I'm being honest.
Whoa.
That's what my mother
No
does.
wonder your stomach's hurting. Your stomach.
Yeah, my double dogging. Guys,
Wow.
it was again
It was beautiful though.
being
and
up against the master. Whew, wow.
it's just two different foods: banana pudding, and hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
But it just is like a little reflection, and it's because, of course, moms, like the way that your moms are the ones that are like feeding you first, and like
they are your first pal.
they are the OG pals,
'Cause
guys.
here's the thing, they're
More than a
I
friend.
also would say they're a little different than a friend.
Than they should be.
shouldn't really be your friend when you're young.
When you're young,
That's the delight of getting older. Isn't that
Wow.
cool, you guys?
isn't that fun?
You actually, your relationships change as you mature and you
And you
become
have
an
the
adult.
opportunity to like
Connect
shift
in
and
a
grow
different
and
way.
connect, and like it's really, guys, it's great.
It's great. It's a great time. And throughout that, you absorb.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a child, though, you're taking that in from your mother.
Little sponge.
As
So it's
she's
like
your pal.
seeing the original sponge
Yeah.
that was squeezing itself, you know, and then your pal was sponging up.
And the pal was
really?
sponging up. And
See, we're back to metaphors.
I think, like, getting to absorb, it's so beautiful to get to see what your pal absorbed from
Mm-hmm.
their mother. Like, to get to see, like, what parts shined so brightly that, like, the child couldn't help but, like,
Mm-hmm.
absorb it, you know?
And again, that's why like meeting your friend's mom is such a like. It's such. There's just this sense of like reverence in a sense
Yeah,
of like you did a really hard thing of raising a kid, and you raised a really good one.
Yeah, and like also even if like I know like not everyone has a great relationship with their
Mhm.
mother, but like you probably know a mother in your life who has like impacted you in some way, and it's like give thanks to that because
Yeah.
even that is really special. But one of the things that I think is very important to Melissa and I right now, for a huge credit to our mothers, is like we obviously care a lot about community.
Us going obviously.
Not alone in our garage, but that is a value that you and I like really hold on to tightly, and that's because of both of our moms.
And like connection and the opportunity for it.
Mm-hmm.
Our moms both, I think we grew up our moms being either very much so not just involved in things but engaged in them. And also
Participating,
Yeah.
in life.
participating and also being like, well, how can I pitch into that? And with my mom, I can say like it was very much so a opening up the home,
Yeah,
and also not just opening up the home, but it's gonna be a thing.
yeah.
And we both kind
And
of
that's
got
a lot
that.
to take on, to be like the parents who are like the friends can come hang here.
Mhm.
It's a lot, but it really respects
Our
your
whole basement
child.
flooded,
Yeah,
clogged toilet, whole basement flooded.
and that's the price you'll pay.
No one ever stepped up.
You can't.
But we
And
we know who it was.
It's gonna go down in history.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is like, even that, like your parents at such an early age respecting a child's community in that way and like welcoming their friends and making their friends feel welcome is such a loving thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think was both of our moms.
Yeah. And we also saw them in their own lives very much so engaged with their friends and like creating them communities for themselves. Both of our moms have been in their book clubs for over a decade.
So long, you guys. That's
And we're
so
founding
long.
members.
Yeah.
Like,
And like are both like they are consistent. Like these are book clubs that they've stayed together for 20 years because they stay together.
they have a schedule. They have.
stick to it. They respect it.
Yeah. My mom was like, we had to cap it at a certain point. So I think there's like a mini waiting list or something
That's
for my mom's
crazy.
book club, which is
Exclusive.
nuts.
Well, yeah, because if you saw the charcuterie boards Julia's busting out, yeah,
she can't
you'd
be
want
doing
in
that
too.
for. And she has, let me be clear, the number is high.
Yeah.
For where she finally capped it. I was like, I would have capped it at 15.
I am
For
sometimes
the
like,
amount you're doing.
how do you have time to let everybody talk? But a lot of times it's, again, it's a lot about the snacking.
Yeah.
I have such attached memories to my mother's book club snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when she was trying appetizers.
Yeah. And whenever the little tea sandwiches came out.
Oh, see, we weren't doing that, but I do remember the dates with bacon. I vividly
Whoa.
remember I told you because that's the Balloon Boy day. We've talked about the Balloon Boy.
My mom would get the little
memory.
tiny sausages and
Oh,
like
pigs
then
in
wrap them
blanket?
in bacon
Oh,
and then put the bacon with brown sugar on them and then cook them. But we'd have to fry the bacon first so it was like crispy and then we'd put them in the oven. Whoa, down girl. But those were always nuts.
you know, my mom did pigs in a blanket. And guys, I'm sorry to throw curveballs every once in a while. Not a huge pigs in a blanket person.
Are
And
you guys
I know
okay?
the double dog day might confuse you in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Something about them. I just don't love. There's like a film about them.
Mm.
I'll eat them. Let's be clear. I
Yeah.
love them. But community, food,
Yeah.
My mother's also in a book club that she's been in for when my mom was like 23, like fresh out of college, and had done like 2 years as a English teacher at a high school. She transferred to a different school, set it up, like they brought her over there to like set up the theater program.
She's
so
a
like,
mother.
she's a mother, but she's like 23 at this point. Sets up the whole like theater department or whatever for this brand new school. So the first class of this school got like a really unique experience of being like, no one has ever experienced this like high school before. So it really like they had an ownership of it. So these moms were dedicated. It was also in a wealthier area, like, and so they like their moms like could like help out and like be a part of their children's like.
Which,
it-
if you
and that's-
can,
which
you-
also either way, amazing.
No, any form of engagement truly with like moms, especially with multiple kids and
Yeah.
such, it's like, oh my goodness.
And like time is a gift. I understand that, but that it did just like work out where they I think those women had a book club going because they all like their kids they'd all gone to school together growing up, and then they were like, "Do you want to join?" So my mom's like 10, 15 years younger than everybody in the book club, but they're rocking.
But what a gift too. If we
Yeah.
were the only, oh my gosh, if we were in a book club and everybody was like much older than us, we'd be thrilled.
And my mom's also so mature, so it's like I
Yeah.
feel like even like at that age, it was like she was rocking with these ladies.
Yeah.
But it's like the dedication. She also is like still great friends with her high school friends, which I feel like.
Your mom's an old soul with a young spirit. She really is. I just said that.
Guys,
I got to journal that to myself later. Sorry. Was that too much for here? Was that too intimate? Was that too sentimental? Did I get, hey guys, was that too sentimental?
what I'm laughing about. Hey, if you're listening, you should take yourself to heytherepals.com or at Won't You Be
You'll
My
find
Pal
us either
on
way.
YouTube. Because the way that Millicent sometimes will get like possessed by the like pal spirit, I do think it's like the Holy Spirit in that way
Whoa.
of like, well, it's community. Like I do believe that it's like the strongest emotion.
There's like a meter of blasphemy that
yeah,
like just
I don't
started
mean
going
it in any
tick,
kind
tick,
of way,
tick.
but I
No,
do just think
you
it is
guys
such a pure. Millicent will like have such a pure instinct of love, and she kind of was like it possessed her for a second, and she was like, "Your mother is the destiny." What did you say?
It said your mother is an old soul with a young spirit.
Your mother is an old soul with a young spirit. That didn't come from here, this world.
And that's why I felt so strange and vulnerable saying it aloud to you all.
Guys, can we be honest? That's been happening a lot more since the live show. I think that we are hitting new levels
We
of
can give
connection.
a slight spoiler for our appearance because we'll probably post a picture sooner or later. We were wearing 44-inch long wigs.
Yeah.
So, and that does something to you.
Oh, it puts you somewhere mentally.
I can speak for myself. Maddie's was much more. Maddie's really looked like her real hair when she had finished with it. I would say that my.
Yours looks great. Stop.
Listen. I could have.
I will
we
say,
both learned how
I
to
think-
lay
okay.
wigs.
Yeah,
and
it was our first try. We tried.
Guys,
I
it
will
was
add
terrifying.
The YouTuber that we learned from, she was amazing. It was a
Oh, so
beginner's
helpful.
guide, very helpful.
she had
for
a
two
much
idiots.
better bald cap than we did. Though.
Yeah,
wig cap.
and her wig was
when
amazing.
we cut ours, it just kind of all split, and then
Yeah,
it was like,
great.
oh,
Then it was
okay.
like when I just got a big old hole. But for our live shows, I will say, to our credit, I think that we liked the wigs. I think as Millicent and I explore and try and figure out like stepping into what does this new part of ourselves look like, we're gonna need to be experimenting, both like looks wise. Like we're gonna be going through some phases.
Well, I think honestly, if you just go every 2 months, it stopped. I'd say about 3 or 4 months ago. But if you go month by month, last year during season 1, you see my phases. But not even that's not the full scope of it. You just see my blonde growing out.
When your hair grows so fast.
Yeah, which is crazy.
So just know that, because I do feel like our costumes are going to change this time. I think we kind of went a more quirky guru route, and I think it was,
I gotta have more aeration,
we did good, but I think I think those
Airflow.
costumes maybe aren't for us. And
No.
again, we're going to play around with stuff.
guys. We were wearing
almost like tunic-like dresses, long sleeves.
My dress was purple, and I was wearing blue tights.
And my dress was blue, kind of like a blue that doesn't really exist in nature, like a really vibrant blue. And then purple tights. Because Millicent happened to have the exact colors of the dresses that we had found at Goodwill and said, well. So just know that's where we're at currently, but it's going to change.
She did have to pry some LuLaRoe leggings out of my hand when I was first shopping.
I think we'll get there, but I think we need room to grow.
We got to work up to LuLaRoe.
We can't throw it all at them at once. So just be looking forward to that. We've got another show on May 24th at 9 p.m.
Surprise!
It's going to only get weirder from here.
Yeah, it really is. Our goal for it, again, if you were at the first show, and we did meet, we met a pal at the first show,
We met a
actually.
real-life pal. Guys,
Which was
pal
crazy.
that found us from this was able to become an IRL pal.
It was crazy because at first it was a small show. And so at first I see a stranger and I'm kind of like, oh, maybe they're like from the pack, or maybe they're
thought
like
they were one
on
of our
Maddie's
friends'
team, or
friends.
like a friend's friend. And then afterwards to like have our real life pals come up and be like, that guy like listened to the podcast, and to know that our pals, first of all, were going over and being like, hello.
At the after hang, I think before we even got to like that, we like all went and like got to commune together afterwards at this like bar down the street. And I think we said that, but like that experience have already, by the time we got there, 8 of our friends had already talked to this person naturally.
It was lovely. It was beautiful. Derek.
Shout out. Thank you.
Shout out Derek.
Thanks for coming. It was a blast.
I journaled about that. I told you I would. And I came through on my promise, Derek, not Jared.
But
put
if there's
Derek.
a Jared out there,
If there's a Jared out there,
seeking community,
let me know.
see you on May 24th. But I think that experimental community, we learned a lot from our mothers. Because again, also, our mothers are event throwers. That is another aspect of their community that they have taught us to wield. They are hosts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're going to have a theme, and they're going to find ways to use that theme that you wouldn't have even thought of. There's an ingenuity to it. There's...
I feel like the birthday parties my mom was inventing, not...
And before Pinterest.
Pre-Pinterest.
Pre-Pinterest.
You had to Google that.
Pinterest
Google
was
Maps,
here.
gotta keep that in mind.
Pinterest is here for my
Pinterest was-
mom.
Yeah, hey, and also Pinterest is here for you too. It's in your mind. And if you're not,
Pinterest is
if you're
here for
only
you.
listening and you're thinking we're just doing an ad for Pinterest, we're actually touching our temples, which is representing you.
Yeah, we'd love to do an ad for Pinterest.
Yeah, Pinterest, honestly. Pinterest. Hey, girl. They're like, what?
Your Pinterest turnaround. Pinterest. That was it. Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good?
That's what's going to happen.
Anywho, guys.
That's our mothers.
That's our mothers.
It's a delight to delight in each other's mothers. Don't be weird. It was truly a special season, and to get to have that gift of getting to look back on it in such a condensed amount of time and be like, whoa, that was like a whirlwind, but it was so much fun.
Yeah. And again, whatever, like everybody's got some mothers in their life somewhere. It doesn't, like, wherever there is that figure, you know, there's something to admire and appreciate.
Yeah, and like take qualities from, like, that's beautiful.
Or to even reflect on mothers in culture. We have some of them up here now.
Iconic mothers, Beyonce's iconic maternity shoot.
Now that's, yes, mother. And then we have Michelle Yao from
Everything
Everywhere
Everywhere.
All at Once. Then we've got Laura Dern as Marmee in Little Women. And then we have Julie Bowen down here from Modern Family.
Got Octavia Spencer from Ma. I know.
We know.
She's not a good Ma. but
She's
it was
not a
too
mother,
fun.
she's a ma.
She's Ma. And it was it was just fun.
You know.
It was fun to do.
And then we also, of course, have Meryl Streep.
Meryl.
From Mamma Mia.
The goat. And when we get back, we have a little challenge for you. A little challenge for you this Mother's Day season.
Just so much contentness.
So I know. I think we've sighed both times because it really has felt like that.
And that's how it is when you're with your mom. You know, there's that
really
moment of
is.
getting to, like, especially watching a movie. I think just like because it is so. You've been watching movies with your mom since like forever.
And it's like, that not changing is so sweet. And I think, like, to have this relationship with your mother as an adult and, like, getting to see them more as a pal, like, that is so special. And I think, like, I guess looping to our challenge, if we can, like, try and, like, see a mother in your life whether it's your own mother or, you know, someone that's a mother figure in your life, see them as a pal.
Yeah.
And like really appreciate them on that level and be like, here are the beautiful things I've learned from you.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the beautiful things I love about you.
Here's what I see you doing now because of who you are that is just so wonderful.
Because being a mom, it is a thankless job.
And you might think, well, they have the day once a year. It's like, yeah, when we say thankless, it's like, yeah, 364 other days they're doing everything.
Everything. It doesn't stop.
That's crazy.
And so I think just that's your challenge.
Yeah. To honor a mother.
Honor a mother. Take time to maybe write them a text.
Mm-hmm.
Write them a letter's even
Yeah.
better.
It's like, it could be, we both have sister-in-laws
Yeah.
that are mothers to our nieces/nephews.
And if you're like, hey, don't you guys have pals who are mothers? That's different. And we'll talk about that. Right now
Yeah.
we're talking about mothers who are pals. Then
Mothers
we need a whole
directly in
episode that are
yeah.
pals, our pals who become mothers.
That'll be a separate thing.
whole
Don't you worry.
Another thing.
Don't you
Okay.
worry. But in that, though, it's just like, I don't know. I lost it again.
It's okay.
I've been my train of thought off the rails.
Well,
lately.
and I think that we have been. We've had it with the mother thing. It is always very fun when people come to visit. It is a lot. Hosting is, and as mothers know, that's what being a mother's like.
Yeah.
But we do it for a week and we're exhausted. So I think you and I have also been like
Yeah.
getting to chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Which has been nice.
Yeah. Because it was really, again, it was go, go, go. I think
was-
I slept for like 16 hours. It was incredible.
Because you guys were up late. Like you were walking
Yeah.
around. They were going to gardens.
Mm-hmm. It was a whole thing.
Actives. So
Pals?
we have a live show coming up. Our one last plug.
Mm-hmm.
It's April 24th.
And if you don't want to if you want to just find all the plugs in one place, not like that, guys, don't be weird. It's heytherepals.com. You can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Won't You Be My Pal? And that's kind of everything.
And happy Mother's Day. And I will say, okay, so we also wanted to say next week is our 1-year anniversary.
Right, Pinky.
Sorry, again, we're learning.
We're
Sorry,
still
we're
learning. We're
linking
still
pinkies.
babies.
It's going to be a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have to say that it is also going to be Millicent's birthday.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait.
For the week it'll come out
Whoa.
will be your birthday.
Wow.
Now, that being said, I do have to say something now because it's not going to make it till next week when we have to do this. Okay. So, for I think maybe last Christmas, Millicent got me a harmonica. And because my brother believes in me and she knows what's best for me. And she said, you gotta learn the harmonica. And I was like, oh yeah. And we would like play around with it. As you've seen, we had played it before on this show. And so then when Millicent's birthday was coming up, I don't remember why. I just had the thought, I think because we started using them more on the set again,
Yeah.
I was like, I should learn how to play the harmonica for Millicent's birthday. So I would come out to the garage in the morning for the past 2 months and practice. Now, what I learned on day one, shout out to harmonica.com. That's actually on YouTube. And this other guy, I can't remember, he's Australian. He's got a fedora on, of course.
Learning harmonica.
I've been learning harmonica from my brother. Now, I will say, the reason the surprise can't wait is because Millicent's mother last week. So, guys, I wanted this to be a total surprise for Millicent because she kept asking me to learn it.
This
and I
is
kept
a total
having to be
surprise.
Like,
I wouldn't have thought
when
this.
also, remember when you came to me and you were like, I keep getting these TikToks of these girls who learned Piano Man and they're playing it at parties. That's because I was liking those TikToks like the week prior. You know when TikTok will like show you what your friends are also saying? And I was like, I can't like TikToks anymore because she's going to see, she's going to like keep getting harmonica in her head and I don't want to like it to be top of mind when it comes here. About a month ago when Millicent's planning this trip with her mom, she goes, my mom's going to bring my grandpa's harmonica. It's nice. And I was like, oh my God, I've been practicing and then she's going to bring this harmonica and then she's going to, and then it's not going to be as impressive because she's going to know it's not that hard. And, okay?
That does not. Hold on.
Millicent's mom shows up with this very nice harmonica. Guys, it has been torture for a week for my pal to look at me, stars in her eyes, holding this instrument, so happy to share it with her pal, being like, we got the harmonica, like being like, and like she wants to share this, you know, like she wants to share this
Because now we
experience.
both have a harmonica.
And have to be like, give her nothing. Because I was like, I don't want her to learn it before we do it. Before
you
I
do
do
it?
it. Before I get to show her.
Well, no, hold on. I'm not
Because-
gonna. I'm not at 2 months of practice. But
Well,
last
no,
night,
hang on,
Maddie,
hang on.
guys,
It's
last
2
night.
months on and off. lower your expectations.
I can't.
I will say so. My first rehearsal did teach me. That's why I was saying YouTube.com. This girl that was teaching me, the first one I watched, she goes,
play right now?
She goes, yeah, I want to play right now. She goes, if you have the $5 one, no offense. She goes, it's not going to work. She was like, just a $20 one will do. So this is a $20 East top. And you know what really motivated me? That video of Amanda Seyfried playing the I don't know what it's called. It's like a guitar that looks horizontal. She was playing that, and I went,
I feel like I'm like
play
blacking out right now. My vision's going.
But
slow.
I thought I've already got one quirky instrument. Let's get the quirky instrument down. I think I could learn harmonica pretty, like, not quickly, but like I could learn fun things about it and do fun things with it before I move on to that. I gotta prove that to myself. So I'm working my way up in quirky instruments. That's my goal right now. But in pursuit of that, I got to delight my pals. So I'm only gonna play Piano Man. I don't even know if I watch all these harmonica tutorials on YouTube. I'm assuming I could play like a cover of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't have to block it out.
We
Like,
could
we're not
pitch
getting
it up or
copyright.
down, maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Hang on. I did learn a few
Guys,
things. I'm
hey,
gonna
guys,
wait to
I'm
reveal some of them until next
out.
week.
I'm freaking out right now.
But-
I might not be accurately. I want you to know. I think I'm in a state of shock.
The reason it had to happen today and not next week is because Millicent last night sat down, 2 nights ago, sat down with the harmonica. We were at dinner with Sydney and Bree, and she goes, guys, I looked at the Piano Man tutorial. It seems pretty easy. And I was like, I had to text Bree and Sydney and be like, hey guys, so I've been learning harmonica for 2 months, and if Millicent learns how to play Piano Man 2 days before, a week before I get to show her that I know how to do it, I'm gonna be so upset. So
But now my pal gets to be the one to teach me.
Well, and also, we can, Millicent. That's why I was like, this is actually the best version of this, because now Millicent and I can play it together next week for you guys on the 1 year anniversary. So it's a win-win, you guys. Okay, so I might cut to it if I need to practice real quick. I need you to hold.
Oh my
the
gosh.
mic.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, hang on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, there's so much technique involved. Again, shout out to harmonica.com. He's a cool dude, and he really taught me a lot. Okay. Oh, stumbled on the landing, but not bad. That do for you, pal? I also learned a few. Okay, I learned a few
If
other things.
I
that
wasn't
can
on
do.
so loft.
I learned how to like do a train thing, but I can't remember how to do the whistle. Where's the? But I don't quite know how to do the whistle. I gotta go back and watch harmonica.com.
We get to do it together now.
Millicent, and it's not hard. But you know what took me a while? It was doing single notes.
Hey guys, I just want you to know that we're already sorry for both of us learning harmonica. We can't afford saxophones, but when we can, this is gonna look like a cakewalk, baby. I think
That was a riff I learned.
Maddie, can I just say, this is the greatest gift of all.
And guys, the harmonica's really sick.
It's a gorgeous
blue.
harmonica.
It was like $20. Real good.
My granddad also gave us a jaw harp. It's like one of those like.
We're trying to figure it out, but it's tough.
We hit our
But
teeth
again,
hard.
I was really having to encourage my brother to try that because I didn't
Yeah.
want her doing the harmonica.
It was weird because as I was playing the harmonica, I was like, it's weird that she's like not like upset about it,
It
but like I am
felt
kind of like
awful.
noticing that I'm not getting the energy from this. Like I was like, I guess it's like annoying sounding. Maybe is it awful to listen
And
to a
that's
harmonica
why
being
it felt
learned?
so awful to not be able to encourage my brother in this pursuit because I was like, just give it a week. So on Tuesday when she sat down to learn Piano Man with the instruction in front of her, I had to go, brother, I can't tell you why, but I need you to just put the harmonica down. And you can pick it up on Thursday. Okay?
She did tell me Thursday, so you better believe what I'm doing. Today's Thursday, by the way.
Not for you, but for us. So there you go, pal. And that'll be next week. I did learn how to play the pals theme, and we'll learn that together. It's not great. We need to kind of work on it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, we'll figure it
But
out.
I learned some other songs as well. So
Oh my god.
you're gonna have to see. Bye, pals.
Bye, pals. Sorry, the thought of you out here in the garage playing harmonica in the morning.
Oh, it was.